Their own body cameras caught them in a violent confrontation with a Marin County gardener who had been drinking beer on a San Rafael street last year. And this afternoon, the now former officers appeared in court for the first time to face felony charges. Good evening. I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. The I-Team's Dan Noyes has followed this case from the very beginning, and he's just back from Superior Court with the story today. Dan?
Well, Dan and Amma, it was a tense situation. The former officers and the gardener in the same place for the first time since it happened, and the gardener, Julio Lopez, couldn't take it. Marin County gardener Julio Lopez was having a beer with his cousins after a long day of work when two San Rafael police officers asked for his ID. He tried to explain in English and Spanish he had to stand to get it from his pocket, but the officers took him to the ground, breaking his nose, causing a concussion and a shoulder injury that required surgery. And today, more than a year later, after both officers lost their jobs, they appeared in Marin County Superior Court on felony assault by a public officer with great bodily injury and making a false statement in a crime report. I tried speaking with both defendants. First, Brandon Nail, who has grown a beard.
Anything you want to say to the public about what you did that day? Are you ready to apologize to Julio Lopez about what you did? Any comment at all?
I asked the other former officer, Daisy Mazariegos, about this moment when she yelled, "Stop."
Stop! When you said stop on that recording, was that at Brandon or was that at Julio? Are you ready to apologize to Julio Lopez?
Attorneys for both former officers gave me an idea of their planned defense.
We have ample evidence that this case cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt because the force wasn't excessive and there were no willful misrepresentations.
She's very much looking forward to being exonerated in this case. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's very unfortunate that the district attorney has chosen to do this.
The gardener, Julio Lopez, had to be there as a witness, but as court wrapped up, he couldn't face the former officers.
I went to the bathroom, because I don't want to see them, because I feel scary, about them, I don't want to see their face.
It's not something that he's comfortable doing at this time. He's still experiencing some of the trauma, the assault, and some things are triggers for him, and seeing the officers face to face definitely would have been that.
The preliminary hearing has been delayed for 2 weeks to work out a potential conflict of interest. It appears Brandon Nail's attorney may have represented someone who will appear as a witness in the case. There's also a second track on this case, the federal civil rights lawsuit filed by the gardener. So these two cases moving forward ahead.
Yeah, I know you're following them both.
You got it.
Thanks, Dan, very much.
And to get in touch with the I-Team, you can call this number on your screen or go to abc7news.com/I-Team.